death, taxes, and the goddamn Sharks. It's Friday night. Welcome to the Golden Ticket Show. My name's Dan. I'm here with Betting Cheese, Fast Breaks, and Kev. We got to find a cool nickname for Kev.
Kev's a cool nickname.
Heels 0809, I guess. Welcome to we made it to another weekend, boys, and we made it to conference tournament time. I know all of us have been cooking up some plays. Cheese over there is on fire this week so far. But we have not only a great mid-major conference tournament slate, we have a bunch of great games this week that we're going to cover. And if you guys you can't get enough of us, make sure you guys check out the College Juice Pod every Saturday morning. I don't know if you guys are still doing a show after this or not, but make sure you guys always check those out. Steve regrets doing this show every Friday at 9 p.m.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here, boys.
I'm hoping I can see you progressively get drunker.
Bro, for you, it's gonna be there. I'm gonna be slurring by the time we kick off the College Juice Pod.
We start making.
You're not even gonna talk about basketball.
What's that? Yeah, you might as well just send me the recording of this show because I might not make it to College Juice.
He's gonna be sitting there going, let me tell you why Petito is secretly running this government.
Hey, I mean, last week I got back on the train because I was like, you know what, man, I'm not gonna drink. I'm just gonna roll with it. Went 44 in like 26 or something like that, whatever it was, 46 and 22. Yeah, boy, the liquor just talks. Let's go.
This episode sponsored by Jose Cuervo.
Don't
we'll have to do that. We'll have to get an alcohol sponsor, and we all just get progressively drunker as we go, and have like a producer track our bet.
Yeah, just send me a pallet.
So let's get into it. We're gonna start off with the 12 o'clock games. The big one in non-conference tournament play is St. John's and Marquette. Marquette projected at 1.5. I don't even know where the line is at. I'm so unprepared.
2.5.
2.5. Where are you guys sitting with? Are you guys trusting the Johnnies on the road here?
I almost don't trust either team.
So, like I always bring up, I mean, I think Cheese is a Marquette fan. I think we went over this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm Duke, but I have a special place in my heart for Marquette.
Okay.
So bias.
Double gross.
I know.
Yeah. I know. So I have this game projected at like 2.6 for Marquette. Honestly, I'm not gonna bet this game. St. John's has already clinched the Big East title. Marquette is hungry for placing. They need these big wins. So honestly, I probably would lean Marquette in this. Don't tell any of my Marquette haters that hate on me from the College Juice Pod. Don't let them know that I'm actually leaning towards Marquette. But the Marquette did just come off a big win. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. They got smoked. I'm sorry. They got smoked by UConn. Correction. So if that's the case, they got smoked by UConn. I like Marquette in this spot.
Especially with their I was gonna say their last 3 home games have all been double-digit wins, albeit it was Providence, Seton Hall, and DePaul, but 30-point win against Providence in their last home game. For me, I'm sitting on the under here. I mentioned it earlier in the year. St. John's has only went over 3 times this year on the road. They're an under team. They've only given up more than 71 or more twice this year on the road. And I mean, you could say the same thing with Marquette. They, outside of UConn, that one game at Nova that just got crazy scoring wise, they haven't really given up much at home in conference play. So I think the under's on play for me. Kev, where are you looking at for this one?
Yeah, I mean, I like your play on the under. Last time these two played, it was 134. I think the line's sitting at somewhere like 141 currently. So I think the under's a good play for sure. as far as who I'm picking, I'm actually on St. John's. Marquette. I know we were talking about seeding a little bit, but Marquette can't really improve their seeding unless somehow UConn loses to Seton Hall, which I doubt that's happening. So,
What a way for Dan Hurley's season to end.
I mean, that'd be fantastic because I can't stand Dan Hurley and UConn, but I doubt that's happening. Not to say that Marquette's not going to play up. They're of course going to try to win this after that tough beat against UConn on the road, but I just think St. John's defense gets them, keeps this game close, and they probably win by 1 or 2. Probably won't bet it just because this is a tough game to tell. Maybe I think Ripatino is also one of those coaches that knows how to like justify rest, and he knows he's got the 1 seed, so maybe he's like secretly telling his guys, "Hey, don't necessarily need to give a ton of effort, but just make sure that you're contesting shots, that type of thing." So that's why I'm staying away. But I do like your call on the under. I think that's a solid play.
You can get 143.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I got
Really?
143.
That's great.
So if you want that
Yeah.
under, hop on that one.
I think that's a good play.
If only I could bet it.
Oh.
Stupid New York rules. Yeah.
Yep.
You got the Flip app.
Yeah.
That's how Virginia is too. We got to find other ways to bet on Virginia.
Can't bet on VCU and them. Yeah.
Nope.
I got my Russian bookie on the corner.
I would doesn't care.
Yeah.
There's
Yours name Ivan? Mine's Vlad. I got Vlad out here.
I got Vlad and Igor Sportsbook. The VIG is terrible, but they don't ask questions. Moving over to the SEC, Kentucky at Mizzou. Sitting here at this line, I'm seeing Mizzou by 5.5. Total sitting at 168. I have this right on the money for the on both numbers. I have it exactly at 5. Kev, where are you sitting for this one?
This is another one I probably won't bet because I just don't trust these two teams. But Missouri is a pretty good home team. So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards if I do end up betting, just because they've been pretty solid at home. They beat Alabama at home, lost to Texas A&M only by 3, and then kind of crushed Oklahoma and South Carolina, which they should, at home as well. So they're pretty solid there. I do kind of like the over in this one just because Kentucky doesn't play any defense. Missouri can score pretty well, and obviously Kentucky can score pretty well as well. Also.
Yeah. Steve, where you got for this?
I actually like Missouri in this spot. Great home team, like Kev said. ATS, Missouri is 12-8 at home, and 11-10 is favorites. But Kentucky is 5-6 on the road. ATS, and they're 6-3 as underdogs, but against a strong home team like Missouri, yeah, I'm backing them. Only straight up 18-1 at home this year. So
yeah, I was gonna say only loss at home was 3 points to A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a strong play for me for Missouri. I think I will be betting this one. So remember that, Kev, for the college juice.
You're gonna have to say it again. So it's fine.
So I will.
I'm
say,
writing it down just in case I don't
looking
flip.
at
You know what I mean?
looking at the situational spot for this. I mean, Kentucky just coming off a 30-point win at home, and you got Mizzou coming off of 2 road losses by 4-point loss to Vandy where they got upset. Shout out to me and Steve for calling that last Friday. And a 12-point loss to Oklahoma. And a loss here can potentially drop them down a couple places because they're tied with Mississippi right now, and they're 1 game ahead of Kentucky. So a loss here could drop them from the 6th seed all the way down to 8. So I think this is definitely a game they're going to must win. If I don't take the spread, money line's sitting at -200. That's a good parlay piece right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese, where are you looking at for this?
I think I'm breaking my rule of don't bet on Missouri. I think I'm going to bet on Missouri.
It's a very complicated rule.
Yeah. I just
Like,
I don't trust them, but it's hard to argue when it's a home game and they do have something to lose. Yeah, I think I'm convinced. Steve convinced me.
see, the liquor's already flowing in him.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Strong.
Tomorrow morning when I said I broke my own rule, I'm an idiot.
Hit the blame.
That's
Steve
gonna be
Picker, man.
that's his walk of shame is that's his walk of shame is he has to go back to the computer and cash out.
I'll just take the couple dollar loss initially.
Going on to one of the other SEC 12 o'clock games, Mississippi State, Arkansas. Spread sitting at 1. It's a pick 'em right now. Arkansas is coming off of beating Vandy by 13 after a horrendous loss on the road at South Carolina, and Mississippi State lost to the Horns last time out. Is there any value in this game? To me, this is a stay away, but are any of you guys looking at this one at all?
This is probably a no bet for me, but I kind of do like the spot of Arkansas. Mississippi State's on that bet against rule for me. The list keeps on getting longer and longer.
I think back in Arkansas is a sharp pick. Like last time these guys played last year, different team. I always like to look at head to head if they played this current season, but they haven't played yet. Like I said, Arkansas is coming off that big win against Vandy. Mississippi State's coming off the loss to the great Texas Longhorns, who shouldn't be in the tournament. I'm gonna put that on record now. They shouldn't be in the tournament. Anybody who's sub 500 in your conference, I have a problem with you making the tournament or at least being on the bubble. Like, no, if you're one game under 500, I'm okay, but we're not there. Arkansas is 8-2 in the last 10 games. ATS homestand 9-8-1. They need the win to help them get into the tournament. But once again, one of those teams that are sub 500, but for some reason, Joe Lunardi thinks they can make it. So getting a win on Mississippi State, I think I'm going to back the Razorbacks here.
Yeah, I think Arkansas is the play. I think Vegas is telling you with the line. Most of it's at -1. Some of them are at pick'ems. Mississippi State, in my opinion, should be favored. And yeah, I don't want to go on a rant about bubble teams in SEC, but I'm staying away as far as pick.
Yeah, we can save that for the college juice pod when Steve's all hammered. Let's stay away from me. And then going into the final 12 o'clock SEC game, Vandy at Georgia. I have it sitting at Georgia -5.5. Lines at 4.5 right now. Do we trust Vandy on the road here, or is this game all Georgia?
It should be Georgia. Like they're a tough home team. Another team that probably needs wins in conference too, man. So give me Vandy. No bet from me though. It's not wasting American dollars on this one. So pass for me.
The SEC just kind of all beats up on themselves, so stay away. Stay away. Really watch
the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, games like this are tough, especially since all these teams that are under 500 are on the bubble somehow. Like Georgia needs it a little more than Vandy. They lose, they may be all of a sudden looking out a little bit. Georgia is tough out at home, but they have lost 2 out of their last 3, but they're coming on. Their last home win was obviously against Florida, big win there that put them right back in the tourney. And then they've rattled off 2 other wins after that. So I think Georgia gets it done, but yeah, for just like most of you, this is a stay away as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot here. I'm looking at like the 8, 9, and 10 in the conference tournament. If Kentucky loses and Mississippi State and Vandy both win, then Kentucky could potentially drop all the way to 10 in conference play. So I mean, this is going to be definitely an interesting week. I know you guys might want to touch on this one. I just don't have a bet because I think this team is just too hot right now. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. I don't want to fade my Deeks, but the way they're playing, I think this is a great spot to grab Georgia Tech at 6.5 before the line moves. Especially a lot of the money is on Wake, but Georgia Tech's just been playing so well lately. Where are you guys sitting on this one?
Yeah, I'm on Georgia Tech as well. I think, like you said, they're playing really, really well, super good. The Wake Forest, on the other hand, has not been playing well. They've lost lost 3 of their last 5.
Shut up, Cal. I heard that.
Obviously, everybody loses to Duke, and you loses to Duke in fantastic fashion. So that's not saying much, but losing to NC State's pretty poor. And then only beating Notre Dame by 3 is not necessarily a great game. And Wake needs this game. That's kind of the one motivator factor because they're technically still on the bubble. I think most people have them the next 4 out. So if they somehow win this, if they lose this, they have to win the ACC tournament to get in. If they win it and then they win a couple games in the ACC tournament, maybe they find their way in. So this is, a little more motivation for Wake, but I think it's too many points. Georgia Tech's been playing too well. So I'm betting this one. I'm hopping on that 6.5.
Wake would almost have to win like 2 to 3 games in the tourney to even have a chance.
Yep.
It's okay. We're gonna pull the NC State. We're gonna beat Duke. We're gonna beat UNC. We're gonna say fuck all you other schools.
Hey,
it's gonna be Wake Forest versus LIU in the national championship, and me and Steve will have a fucking time.
Easy money. Easy money.
I will help fly you out if that's what happens.
Class,
private
jet.
You heard
private jet.
You heard it here first. Cheese is
not even nervous about that one.
I would be, buddy. I would be.
Wake Forest and LIU both got a Cinderella run to get the second right. And be like, hey,
LIU doesn't get to play at home, so I'm not worried about that either.
There's a new tournament rule. Only LIU gets to play at home. That's
exactly.
The whole tournament will be played in their 500-person arena.
Yeah.
Fucking sharks. Chomp, chomp.
So, speaking of LIU, let's go ahead and move into the NEC. The first game on the NEC tournament docket is Fairleigh Dickinson at Central Connecticut. Central Connecticut I have them projected as a 10-point favorite. The line is sitting at 9.5. However, I'm seeing 98% of the money is on them to cover the spread right now. Is Central Con, outside of our Sharks, is Central Con just destined for the finals at this point, Steve?
Fantastic team. Did lose to LIU at home. Just want to throw that out there. Yeah, I don't see Fair Dick pulling this win off or this cover. I have Central Connecticut favored by double digits. And yeah, I think they should run away with this one. But I would love to see them get upset. So Fairleigh Dickinson has to come down to Brooklyn, a.k.a. Long Island, a.k.a. the Sharks.
Don't even start with that Long Island bullshit.
and yeah, man. But yeah, Central Connecticut should win this game and cover.
Agreed. I have the line at like 14.
Yeah,
I could see it being a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, last time Fair Dick played at Central Connecticut, they lost by almost 20 or a little over 20. Can't remember now, but this shouldn't be close again. They'll probably lose by 15 or 16.
Yeah. And moving over to the CAA, the closest game projected on the 12 o'clock docket, Drexel versus Elon. Got Drexel favored by a point right now. 64-63 is where I have it at. two teams, only separated by one game in conference play here. They both won on the road. So where are you guys sitting for this one?
Always give me Elon as a dog. It's one of those teams. What I'm saying is I'm basing it off of other games that they've won me while they were dogs.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Makes sense.
That's my analysis.
It's my Nick Westbrook. Is that my Nick Westbrook Akine for you?
Yeah. That and Seattle. Anytime I see Seattle, I'm just like blind bet.
One thing that scares me off of Elon is the last 10 games ATS. They're 3-7. They haven't been coming down the stretch. Kind of impressive. As the underdogs, credit to you, 7-5 ATS as underdogs. But Drexel, great at home, 9-5 ATS at home, 9-8 as favorites.
Neutral site, bud. Neutral site.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's drunk.
Wait, you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's
They're
neutral.
playing in DC, I believe, at the Mystics Arena.
I just pulled it up.
For all 70 fans?
Yeah.
Listen, man, that's a fantastic stadium. All right, that's a fantastic arena.
They probably sell more than the Wizards do. That's the thing.
they probably do. They probably do. Shit, neutral site then changes a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
I mean, I have Drexel by 1.5 points.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll lean on Drexel, but I'm not betting this one, man. I'm gonna stay away from the CAA.
Yeah, I'm laying it with Drexel just because they didn't have to travel as far. So Elon's further away from DC than Philadelphia is. So.
I don't even know.
So, all right, so let's move on to a team. A lot of people I saw faded them in their last game, today, and they absolutely smoked their opponent. High Point versus Radford.
Why would anybody say? Hold on,
I saw a lot of people taking Gardner Webb on the spread.
I bet High Point. I know the spread was high, but like these guys are kind of head and shoulders above everybody else in their conference, man.
Favored by 6. I have them at 6.
Wow.
I have the total at 146, and it's at 138 right now. So I think the thing is, I love taking High Point overs. However, I'm not joking. This year they have went under in 22% of their games. I believe I bet every single one of those unders this season. So but I mean, 8 points higher is absolutely insane. So I think if I'm taking anything here, these two teams like to play fast. So I'm leaning the over here. Where are you guys sitting for this?
I agree with that over spot.
It's a neutral site, right?
Yeah, neutral site.
Yeah, they're playing in Tennessee, Johnson Center.
Freedom Hall, Johnson City. The alcohol's getting you already. You're in trouble for tonight, bud.
Hold on, talk on. I said Johnson City, Tennessee, right?
You said Johnson Center.
Oh shit, Johnson City. in the Civic Hall Center, whatever, man.
We know what you're saying.
Not yet, Cam. Not yet.
You know, I got 3 screens up right now, man. Like I am like I'm all over the place.
Counter up already for like mispronounce or whatever.
That's the baseball show, buddy.
We have a comment on Twitter from Pram Zima for you, Cal. I had suspected that cheese would have been more blocker wheel shaped. Maybe it's the hat.
You can't see my lower half. I'm blocky.
He's just like one of those cartoon characters where it's just a square,
just
like
a square.
whole built body square.
big SpongeBob.
Yeah. All right, so I think we're all in agreement here. High Point.
Yeah, I'm back at High
They
Point.
should smoke them again.
Yep.
And then moving on, the last game here on the 12 o'clock slate, we're looking at Chattanooga versus Mercer. Cal, where are you sitting with this one?
Have not off the top of my head.
Sure,
Probably
it's a big.
Chattanooga.
Yeah, I was gonna say
probably.
it's not even showing up in my system, so
Yeah,
I don't, like
I
that's
don't
how
even-
little I paid attention to this game.
I don't even
Yeah,
see.
I don't have
it
a
spread out
have a
for me.
projection for this
All
yet.
right, cool, perfect. So we're keep on pushing. Loyola versus UMass. Loyola favored by 1. Where are we sitting? Keep in mind, for you, Steve, before you answer, my boss's brother plays at UMass, so
Is he healthy? Is he
he's
strapping up?
he's that you know the big dude they got on their bench that blocks like every shot and he plays like 4 minutes a game. Like that's him. Like the big 7-footer dude that has like 4 blocks a game.
Solid. This is a 2.5 point spread.
I gotta take Loyola out of principle at this point.
Man,
I'll
Sister
lose money
Jean,
over
man. You gotta back Sister Jean in this spot.
Oh.
So give me Chicago. No bet though.
Yeah. There's a lot of these games that I'm gonna just enjoy watching and not stress over 2.5, 1.5 point lines.
I personally think this line is trying to tell us something. UMass is like what, 1 of their last 6. Loyola's 7 of their last 8. So I think they're telling us it's going to be close, and maybe even UMass wins. So I'm leaning towards betting this. Not right now. Maybe when I wake up in the morning, see if the line moves at all.
Yeah.
But my pick is UMass. Frank Martin, I think, is a better coach too. So.
Yeah, I do like Frank Martin. It's a good point, man. But you know, it was Ash Wednesday this week, so I'm rocking with Loyola Chicago. that's simple pick, man. It's just you got to go. Sister Jean's sitting there. She's old as hell. She saw Jesus herself. So give me Loyola Chicago, man.
All right, let's get into
Can't
some
argue that
big-
logic.
has nothing to do about the players, analytics, nothing, man.
No.
Ash
They
Wednesday.
got Jesus on their side. That's all.
It was Ash Wednesday. Don't fade the Catholics. That's why I backed Notre Dame on Wednesday.
They won. So did Loyola.
moving
I'm saying
moving to some high major ball here. There's 2 games in the 1 o'clock, 1:30 window. Penn State at Wisconsin. I have Wisconsin in a blowout here. Does Penn State have any chance on the cover?
11.5.
I think so. I mean, I know they have 2
high.
losses, but they've been playing better these last 4 games. This game doesn't mean anything for them either because they're already knocked out of the Big Ten tournament. So now they're just playing, somewhat spoiler to Wisconsin. If Wisconsin loses this because they're tied right now with Maryland and Purdue at 13 and 6. So they lose, and all of a sudden UCLA wins. Now they're dropping seeding. So I think Penn State. I think it's a lot of points. I think Penn State can cover for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Penn State's covered 4 of the last 5 games in that stretch, included Maryland, Indiana, Minnesota, and Nebraska. They didn't cover against Washington. I like Penn State as underdog right now. They, like you said, they're playing spoiler at the moment, so they're kind of just not playing with anything to lose. 8-4 as an underdog, 7-6 on the road as ATS. So yeah, I'm backing Penn State in this spot.
I'm not touching this.
You're just enjoying the game. Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah. Well, everything makes me want to lean on Wisconsin, but with the
your name is
spoiler
betting
aspect,
peas, man. I don't
Yeah.
blame you. It's just
but
it's just natural.
with that spoiler spot. But you talk about spoiler spot, then Wisconsin kind of has something to lose, and I could just see them going out and just raining threes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why they play the damn game.
Yep. It's exactly.
So going on the next one here, we got I got a little gripe here with you, Mr. Queso. I don't ever go against Iowa State. They're definitely gonna cover this game.
Yeah.
And I said BYU
Yeah.
+8 was the move.
I looked
He
at
said,
half and I was like,
don't do that.
shit.
So I'm gonna go on a whim here. I'm looking at my projections. Projections I've seen from Bart Torvik. I saw this on Ken Palm. I'm gonna take Kansas State on the spread here. I have it only at Iowa State -2.
Yeah. It's an away game. It's not at Hilton. I'll bet against Iowa State when it's not
even
at
that.
Hilton.
Like I'm looking at this team and the fact that 2 different games now they've been like a 3-point score favorite, and it's 3 straight games they've been projected to not cover, and they haven't covered in 2 of them. Kind of throws off that there's something that's going to regress in this team over the next couple weeks. But also in conference play, Kansas State at home as a dog are 3-2 straight up and 4-1 against the spread. They're coming off probably the most boring, ugly offensive performance in a win I've ever seen. Against Cincinnati with 54-49 is the final score. I think that total was supposed to be like 140 or something like that too, and they almost missed 100. They've won 3 straight games now. They got a lot of momentum coming in. Yeah, I don't know if I'm fully taking this one yet, but if I am, I'm trusting. I think I'm gonna trust K-State today. Where are you guys sitting?
If I were to bet on it, I'd bet on Kansas State, especially with that last showing from Iowa State. I mean, they got it back to double overtime, but still, BYU at Hilton.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but I mean, Iowa State got their guys back who were injured against BYU, so that knocking off a little rust. That's why BYU was the side to back. I know a lot of people seem to be on Iowa State in that spot, but I just feel like these guys, since they haven't played in a while, it just kind of took a while for them to get going. But playing in Manhattan, I mean, it's shout out to Tyler from Bearded Baker Beds. Text me what bourbon am I drinking right now. So I have this is very old Barton today. No Buffalo Trace tonight. Back to the game though. Playing in Manhattan, Kansas State as underdogs 11-5, 10-8 ATS at home. Just like in football, man, going to Manhattan's a tough place to play. I'll back Jerome Tang and the Kansas State Wildcats.
Just to be contrarian, I'm going to pick Iowa State. I know, in all seriousness, I think they actually bounced back. They had that, like Steve said, they got most of their guys back in the BYU game. And even though they didn't cover, that was a great game. They battled back. Overtime was thrilling. I see this as a get-right spot heading into the Big 12 tournament. So Kansas State it's a tough place to play. They have some big wins there in Manhattan. But I just think it's a good bounce-back spot for Iowa State.
And, yeah. So before we get into the 2 o'clock slate, let's go over the tourneys games we have here. It's time. It's time for Shark Talk. St. Francis at LIU. LIU -5 is where I have the spread at right now. Should be closer to 6.5. Steve, you don't even got to talk. We'll let you go last. We'll give you your solo plan.
You want give me the solo pain. You know what I mean? Put it in close.
Kev, where are you sitting at with the Sharks?
I'm on the Sharks. They are very good at home. They beat St. Francis by, I believe, 14 or 15 when they played early in the season at home.
Boom.
10.
They
13.
And then they you never know what's going to happen. Like their broadcasts will cut out and they'll be down by 2. All of a sudden they're up by The backboard will fall on one of the star players of St. Francis.
That's the beauty of flow sports.
There'll be a dead ball in the court that only Long Island knows about, and the San Francisco players will travel or lose the ball. So you got to take the Sharks at home, man. I think they win by 10 or 12.
Cal?
I don't need to add any analysis to that. It's LIU. It's LIU.
Take it away, Steve.
The floor is mine. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to get rich on Saturday? That's all I got to ask you. First off, LIU is 19-11 ATS on the season. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're 9-3 ATS at home. They're 10-5 as favorites. This is an easy lock. I already locked it in. LIU -6. Easy money. Go the fuck home, St. Francis. Walking out as winners. Gonna meet Central Connecticut in the NEC Championship. Gonna take home the title. I'll see you boys in the tournament. LIU Sharks. Chomp, chomp, motherfuckers.
I just want to point out our viewership went up like 10 and then dropped down like 6.
Man, fuck those people, man. They don't know, man. A lot of people just
The
don't want to get
Sharks.
rich. They don't want to get rich. That's cool, man. Listen, I'm trying to spend, generational wealth across America. I should run for president. Simply put, and bet on Long Island Sharks. We'll be out the deficit.
Put 10 trillion.
Easy. Rod Strickland and them boys locked in, man. You're gonna be playing in a
Guys,
high
just
school
saying.
gym. Best home environment in the country. We got about 6 cheerleaders. Two of them on Jenny Craig, but it doesn't matter. We're getting the NEC championship. We have one focus this year. I hope I'm clipping on my mic too, man. I hope. I hope. Turn it up.
My favorite thing looking at their gym now, I saw the video from their gym the other day, and it made me realize how much cooler it looked when they were the Blackbirds, and it was all black and gray in there, and it was like it was called like the Raven's Nest. Dude, those were the days. They used to fucking smoke us. Fucking Vershawn Cotton giving us 40, like his life depended on it. You know how annoying it was to see a dude average 9 points a game for the season, and he starts his season putting 40 up on us? Like, how disrespectful that is. Like, I'm doing the scouting report. I'm trying to look up high school stats. Like, no, this guy played at Marquette for 2 years. I was like, well, fuck us. We're going to lose this. Anyway.
I'm done for the night. You guys have a great night.
Move on to I'm guessing it's American East, right? Binghamton at Albany. Albany -6. Is there any value in this game? Is this even one you want to touch?
Keep me away.
I'll let you guys go first.
That's my analysis. Keep me away.
Yeah, I'm not betting this either. So Steve has something that's all on him.
Well, I mean, nah, man. I mean, I'm honestly not going to be watching this game. Binghamton is not a team I break my neck to check. Albany, same thing. I just nah.
I mean, if the spread happens to be 6.5, I might look at the golf course, but
It is 6.5.
okay. Because both these games have been within 5 during the season. So how is it all of a sudden 6? I don't know. Maybe stay away then, because Vegas is trying to tell me something. I just don't want to jump into it.
I have Albany by 7, but still not a game
That would require you to bet on Albany versus Binghamton. And do you really want to have that be brought up at your Gambling Anonymous?
Nah.
More to lock.
Right.
So you go there, everyone's like, man, I thought the Johnnies were thinking, like, man, I thought Albany was going to cover. let's go on to the big rivalry in the 2 o'clock window. Talking Dartmouth at Harvard. No, I'm kidding. It's Bama at Auburn. Auburn -7, coming off a loss. I have them as 10-point favorites. The line's sitting at 7. Are we trusting the revenge, the reverse win here, the win on the road for Bama, or are we taking Auburn?
Taking Auburn. It's get right season.
Yeah, that's where I am as well. They've lost their last 2, and I think they're a much better team than Alabama, personally.
I mean, last time these guys played, Auburn kind of dog walked them. 94-85 in Tuscaloosa. So yeah, I'm backing Auburn Tigers, War Eagles, whatever you want to say. I don't know why you
War
have two
damn
mascots.
Eagles.
War damn Eagles. We went over the history of that on College Juice because it just pissed Kev off to the point he was like, why do they have two?
Why are you Tigers and then War Eagle? Like, choose one. You don't have to have both.
They're in Alabama. You think they have the IQ to understand the difference?
I'm gonna stay out of that one, man. I'm
gonna just let that one sit.
I'm gonna walk away from that one, but no, they don't. So I'm just.
If they could read, they'd be in our comment section right now.
Auburn is 9-6-1 ATS at home, 15-11-1 as favorites. Alabama I don't trust their defense to actually shut down anybody. And Auburn, like Kev has pointed out and shows prior to this on College Juice, Auburn just morphs into whatever they play against. So Alabama likes to run, they're going to run too. So I think this is a spot where Auburn just gets another dub, man. The 7.5, 8.5 I see out there. I like Auburn's. I still like Auburn. I have this as a 13.5 point spread. So yeah, give me the War Damn Eagles, Tigers.
I mean, what teams in the nation are better than Auburn? Have this debate.
I mean, besides the Sharks,
I mean, I think they're better than Duke. I think they're better than Houston.
Fuck Duke.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll make it like Elite 8 and then lose in just like the most horrific way. When there's hope, when you don't expect them to win, that's when they'll win. When there's hope, that's when. I mean, if they make it to the Elite 8, that's probably when they lose, like first round.
I mean, Mark Sears is a great recruiter. It just seems like when it comes to those really just tough games, something happens with them.
Yeah.
They do have a good amount of seniors on the team. So maybe that comes into play during the tournament. But in this spot, give me Auburn, man.
Yeah.
All right, next game.
I'm wondering if that will be a total. Well, I'm wondering if that will be a over spot. It's at 178. That's a lot of points. That's a lot.
178.
That's a lot of points.
Funny enough,
I just got to the point. If a team's totals above 150, I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
Like if it's in the 160s, no. I'm not relying on two teams to score 80 points in a college basketball game.
I hit South Dakota, North Dakota State over 164 today.
All right, but the Summit's different. The Summit, they don't know how to play defense,
they just
and they shoot 100 threes.
Bama doesn't know how to play defense either.
Yeah.
I mean, last time out they scored one. This line is set up because Vegas lost a ton of money the first time out. I think the over-under on that was like 160 something and hit 179. So they bumped it up so that way they can kind of cover themselves.
Yeah, it was 94-85.
Yeah, my projections has this ridiculous. I don't even. Sometimes I just ignore what the projections say because this has it at 188. I just don't trust that. It has Auburn scoring 106 points.
Damn.
If that happens, I'm taking Cheese to the coast and we're gonna look at the ocean together and
hell yeah.
And yeah, man.
I'm never gonna cheer harder for a team to score 106 points.
He's gonna see the beach for the first time ever.
Yeah, man. Like, those guys in the landlocked states, man. I gotta show them the
We
ocean,
got the
man.
Mississippi. There's a couple beaches off of it.
You're gonna take him. You're gonna take him up the hill, a couple miles from his house, so he can see his neighbors. He can say he's above his neighbors.
Right, man. It's kind of like Lion King, man. Don't go in that dark section over there. We don't
He's
do
gonna.
that.
He's gonna be out of breath like he climbed Everest. Just like the air up here, it's so thin.
This 3% incline is a little too much for me.
He's gonna have the little hiking sticks. A little backpack. So we got a bunch of games to go through, so I'm gonna just pick a couple that kind of look good to me. And if you guys have any in each like window you guys want to shout out, go for it. South Carolina at Tennessee. Has South Carolina got momentum now, or can Tennessee cover the 15? Because they've had
lot
trouble
of
this year
points.
covering big spreads.
A lot of points. Well, they don't score a lot of points.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
play defense.
they're when the spread is at where it's at 15, they have only went over this mark in less than 50% of their games. And I think even like trying to find an alternate line, but I can't. I was gonna say when it's double digits, I think it's even like harder for them to cover.
South Carolina has no tempo.
This is the game I'm gonna stay away from.
Yeah.
I just South Carolina's somehow found some mojo against the Longhorns and coming out and playing the way they're playing. Still, I think the spread is too high, but I'm not gonna back South Carolina this spot. Like, I don't feel confident enough in the Gamecocks. Yeah, I'm sorry. Did the Saint Cox throw off everybody? Like, what is it?
No,
I was laughing in my head and it came out because I was gonna make
Like some joke
smart-ass
Lee would
comment.
make in our group chat.
Yeah.
I mean, they get
Um,
smashed on the road. That's my only concern. If somebody's looking to take South Carolina,
We lost him.
Oh,
I think we lost him for a couple minutes there.
You
person's
said
coming
Cox and
away.
it just broke his internet.
Broke the internet, man.
there he is. He's back.
He's back. We lost you there for a couple seconds, man. Sorry. I take it back. No more Gamecock talk out of me.
oh, you're good. No,
Um,
yeah, that's a stay away game for me.
Is there any other game in that 2:00 window you guys are kind of eyeing right now? We got a lot of Ivy League, a lot of mid majors.
We can talk about Dartmouth Harvard. I have Dartmouth favored by 5.5 points. I actually think they could win on the road in the Ivy League. But we can skip that. We don't have to dive too deep in that one. Ivy League is funny. And
Yeah, I was saying, don't they usually play back to backs like Friday, Saturdays?
yeah, that's how they roll, man.
That's
But
that Division III shit. Like that's what we used to do.
it's just they have tests all week. I don't know what it is, man. Some smart kid shit.
Fucking nerds. Cheese, any other game in that window you're kind of looking towards?
I was just making sure. Nothing really that pops out to me. I gotta do the take an hour away from mine.
Oh yes, that's
That's
1 o'clock
that's
for
the
you.
that's the hard part.
Someone in the less superior time zone.
I don't know. Central's pretty great.
You sure about that? How many mountains you got in that time zone?
Ugh. I'm gonna say over under 1.
Central's great for
Again,
Central's
it's the hill behind your house.
Yeah.
Central time zone is good for college football. West Coast is better for the Super Bowl since it won't be over at midnight.
Yeah.
And you get to still have a life after the game's over. But
Like the 7:15 prime time, like NFL is real nice.
I was gonna say, if you get like the mountain time zone, it's like a perfect like NFL time.
Yeah.
You know, or even like it's a perfect like baseball time. You know, you get off work 4:30, you get home at 5, games are kicking off.
Yeah.
You could sit and watch the games. You know, Sunday you wake up 9 a.m. You got like an hour till the games start.
Right, start drinking at 9, kegs and eggs.
Yeah, there's just an addiction therapist just waiting for you right now that's in their chat.
Listen, buddy, I've been betting my whole life. I can quit anytime I want.
I saw a reel. It was like, who would you bring if you had to bring one person to finish this tequila tower in less than 2 hours? And before I even finished the video, I sent it to Steve. Like Cal and Steve, I don't even need to be there.
Bro, you know,
you might need to carry me out.
I'm not a quitter, man.
Yeah.
So 2:15 window, there's one game. It's NC State Miami. I don't think anyone's touching that. 2:30, we got Campbell versus Delaware. Campbell, I have them at -2. Line is sitting at well, if I could find it, I thought I had it up. Never mind, my book doesn't have it ready yet. If any of you have a line on that, let me know.
I don't have it.
Yeah, I don't see one yet for me.
Yeah, it's nothing up yet.
But wherever the line is, are we taking Campbell here? Are we taking?
I mean,
are we taking Delaware, or is this wait and see?
Kim Palm has this as a 4-point game for Campbell, so I imagine 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. We'll probably see.
Yeah.
I'll take Campbell at home. Give me the Camels.
Not at home, bud.
I'm looking at Campbell, man. I mean, I'm looking at Kim Palm here. All right, it just says.
It says neutral.
Oh, actually, it says versus. You're right. I take it back. Yeah.
This is that neutral.
Listen, man, I know this guy.
Second window of that CAA tournament in DC.
I've known this guy since I was like 14, 15 years old, man. We've been doing this shit since we were kids arguing. You got the counter up.
Yeah, and the other games just don't look good. So moving on to 3. Moving to conference play, Steve, me and you have talked about this team a lot. I'm not sold on them this year, considering how great they played last year. New Hampshire versus Vermont, in the Patrick State Center. I have it at 15. I don't know if I want to trust them. I truly don't. Their defense has not been what it normally is, although this is probably one of the weakest offenses they've ever had to see in New Hampshire. But I mean, is there any shot at covering a 14 here?
I mean, New Hampshire is 8-23 on the season. Kev, I know this is in Burlington, in Vermont. All right, so yeah, I did check that. I did check that this time before I put my foot in my mouth and get corrected. Last time these guys played, Vermont won 79-59. All right, and earlier in the season, 60-40. I know it's hard to beat a team a third time, but 14.5 seems like a fair line for this spot. I mean, Vermont's covered a 12 and a 14.5 already against this team. Vermont at home is not impressive. They're 6-6-1 ATS, 8-12-1 at like as a favorite. So with Vermont, they didn't figure out their swag until later on in the season. I think they just had some struggles shooting that they normally don't have. They're usually a great shooting team. I'm still gonna back the Catamounts in this spot. I'm not gonna bet this because 14.5 is a huge game for a tournament game, conference tournament game. So give me Vermont, but no bet.
That's why I made sure I said the Patrick Coliseum, so you knew exactly where I was going to be at. I was helping set you up this time.
Slam dunk alley-oop. D Wade Shaq. Or D Wade LBJ.
You're drunk, Jim.
You don't tell me I'm drunk. I'll tell you when I'm drunk.
Where are you guys sitting for this game?
It's probably a no if I had to lean Vermont, but their consistency has just kind of been a little bit all over the board for me to confidently back them. But I also don't want to put money on New Hampshire.
Right. I think that's what it is for me more than anything is, do I really want to put any money on a team that's 8-23?
Oh yeah, that's what March Madness is about. Come on.
I love pulling up their Ken Palm and it's just like a sea of red.
Yeah.
Dude, I pulled up their like matchup stats on Outlier, and normally it shows like, points per game, like rebounds, stuff. It just went straight to how bad their offensive efficiency was. That was the only stat it showed. I've never seen it do that. It just said 340th in offensive efficiency. And I was like, oh, okay, they're that bad. Okay, got it.
333rd in defense.
Yeah.
Not a good combo.
Yeah, but
Vermont's won their
Vermont
last
plays at the
9
pace of a
years.
grandma. Moving on. The big one for me on this slate I'm looking at here is Cincy, Oklahoma. Two teams that have just kind of struggled in conference. Cincy favored by 2 on the road. Where are you guys looking for this one?
This is Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
See,
I'm also drunk right now.
I'm surprised the bets aren't flying off the rails, man. Like,
No,
catch
I
up.
put a. Anyone have Jalen Williams triple double tonight at plus 8,000?
No, I must have missed that one.
Dude, y'all ready for this? Bro, tonight's stat lines have been so crazy. You ready for this from Walker? The Jazz lost this game, right? And their center did this. 18 points, 25 rebounds, 8 blocks, 6 turnovers, 13 offensive rebounds. The entire Raptors team in the first half had 3 offensive rebounds. Walker Kessler had 13 in the first half.
Should have backed them, man.
And they lost.
Should have known.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, going back to that.
looking at that, I have that line at like 8, and the real line's 2.5. So
I just can't trust Cincy anymore.
Yeah, I'd have to look more into Cincinnati. That's not really a team I've followed much this year.
That's a huge outlier.
I don't. Yeah.
Kevon,
To be seen.
Yeah, this game is, if you bet on this game, you're just fucking crazy. Like, the Cincinnati is so inconsistent.
Put it on my card.
Oklahoma State is a terrible team. Like, I'm with Cheese. I don't know how this is only 2.5. It's probably because Cincinnati's so inconsistent, but I mean, they lost their last game, as we talked about earlier, to Kansas State 54-49. Like, what the fuck is that?
And especially, like, they were trying to foul for 30 seconds and they couldn't.
I think this game is so close because Oklahoma State actually plays well at home. Straight up, Oklahoma State is 11-3 at home.
Oh, really?
I did check, Kev. This is a home game for them. As underdogs, though, they're 2-16. So just stay away, man. Just if you want to bet this game,
don't even watch it.
This is one of those games that there's someone
anonymous number.
There's someone
just put your
staring
money
at their
on LIU
screen
and just walk away, man. Just put
there's
it on
someone
the 6.
staring at their screen that wants to bet Cincy, and they're just looking at all these drastically changing numbers. They're just confused as fuck.
I mean, listen. If you're trying to make the decision, all right, I'll give you the numbers. We'll help the listeners out here. As a favorite, straight up, Cincinnati is 16-5. On the road, though, they're 4-8. ATS wise, they're 7-5 on the road. As favorites, they're 10-11. In the last 10, they've covered. They went 7-3. So There you go. Those are the numbers. I mean, as far as Oklahoma goes, at home they're 7-9 ATS. As underdogs, they're 6-12. So, if you really want to put money on this game, just back the Bearcats and pray. But
Reevaluate.
Joe's
gonna be so happy with that Illinois win.
If you got money to burn, just put it on the LIU Sharks. Thank me later. I'll talk to you on Sunday.
So, any other game in that 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Central window you guys have an eye on right now?
I want to see where the Maryland Northwestern game, where that line moves.
Yeah, I have it Maryland -10 right now. What's the line at?
10.5.
10.5.
I have Maryland 15, but
I have Maryland 13. So I'm gonna stay away because I hate betting on Maryland just in general. I know they're at home though, and they play well at home, and Northwestern is not necessarily a great road team. So if you're once again, if you're just looking for action, you can tease Maryland, but
Northwestern only lost by 2 when they played in Northwestern.
That's a tough place to play, man.
Or I take that back. They beat Maryland by 2. So maybe the revenge factor's in order. Maryland beats the shit out of them.
Wouldn't surprise me. They did. Yeah, Maryland by 2 in overtime.
And the only other one I'm looking at here, I want to see how the Middle Tennessee line goes, just because FIU is just so fucking horrendous. Other than that, moving on to the next slate, Belmont versus Drake. Line is sitting at 5.5. I got Drake covering this one fairly easy. Where do you guys think this is another Drake domination game, or can Belmont keep this one close?
I mean, if I were to go aside on it, it'd be Drake. I mean, granted, Iowa team, so bias. That's where we always ran state track at their blue track. But
there's no elevation there, right?
Let me find out cheeses quick. Let me find out cheeses quick.
I was 100.
He didn't say it was quick. He just said that was where they ran track.
No, talk it up, cheese.
Hey, they're third in state in the 4x1, so those 200s were fine, but tore ACL senior year, so lost a step or two.
I still believe the fastest.
I don't think I don't have it anymore. Maybe 10 feet.
Damn, do I gotta flex my 3 state championship rings?
I could show you
Here
my
we go, Al
zero.
Bundy. Here we go, Al Bundy. What did you? How many touchdowns did you throw?
Nah, I was the starting keeper for a soccer team.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, a little quiet there. Yeah.
No shit to talk.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
My little 5'5" ass and the goal stopped everyone.
If it works, it works.
I was the only person not Hispanic on my team. That's why. Props to living in a chicken farm town. In my town, you either worked for RJ Reynolds or you worked for Tyson. That was your 2 options. Yeah, Kev, where are you sitting with Drake here?
Yeah, I like Drake. They've been a wagon in this league all year. When they played Belmont earlier, I think they won by like 20. I don't have the exact score in front of me, but I remember it being a blowout.
Yeah, 65-46.
Yeah, they held him to under 50 is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, to go on a little bit of a soapbox, if somehow Drake does get knocked off, I'm going to be very disappointed in the committee if they don't let them in. They're a tournament team. They deserve to get in whether they lose or not.
Yeah.
But they probably won't because we'll put Oklahoma in at 5-13 in conference and 17-17 overall, whatever the hell their record is. So
Yeah, 27-3 is hard to keep out of the tournament. That's a job. That's
Yeah.
a job.
Yeah, so I'm almost kind of hoping they lose to somebody. I wouldn't mind if it was Belmont, but I think Drake's the right side on this one. What it was like 5.5, and they won by 20. Like, yeah, give me the Bulldogs. I'll bet this too.
Yeah, man, that 5.5 number is always kind of funky to me. So, I mean, Drake. I still feel Drake is the right side.
Yeah.
It's just I see 5.5 and like.
So
what
both
are they? What are
both
they
teams
trying to
won
say?
by double digits today.
Yeah.
Belmont beat Illinois State 63-76. Drake beat, I think that's what, Southern Illinois, 53-70.
The Salukis.
I want to see. I'm sitting at 5.5. I want to see how the line moves. If it's close enough that I could buy down to 5.5, I'll do it. As long as it's not below -150, because then then I'm not a capper.
Leave it there.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules.
Sorry guys, I'm not legit. Moving on. Let's see. Ohio State, Indiana. Anyone have anything on that one?
I don't.
Not yet.
Mike Woodson's the new Keats. That's all I got.
Yeah, Oh, dude, I know how sick I'm gonna be if like Indiana goes on a run when his ass is on his way out, because then they're stuck in a spot where like, actually, Mike, we're gonna extend you 2 years. fucking awful. So no, I'm staying away from this game. I guess give me the Hoosiers, but no, I don't. I'm not putting any money on this one.
No. Stay away.
So moving on to the next window. The first game I want to talk about here that I'm a little interested on this line. A&M versus LSU. A&M favored by 6. However, this season, when AMU has been a road favorite, they're 1-1 straight up and 0-2 on the cover. They have only covered the spread. There are only 4 covers on the road this year, and that was 4-point dog against Mizzou, Texas, Mississippi, and Oklahoma. LSU's coming off 2 bad losses, and now they're at where they've surprisingly covered a 6.5-point spread almost 80% of the time this year. Is this a letdown spot for A&M? Coming off the Auburn win?
Yeah, it certainly could be. It's also that 5.5 number I see.
Yeah. I'm seeing 6.5s out there, but I like LSU in this spot, even though I don't like LSU at all this season.
Yeah.
But when the Buzzsaw is favorite on the road after a huge win, that happened to be senior night too. So I think the stars align for LSU. I actually have this game as a 1-point game for Texas A&M. So yeah, I'm on the fence of betting LSU unless if Kev can talk me into LSU, I'll bet LSU. Or one of you guys can talk me into it. I need Don here to talk me into it.
That might be dog of the day.
Ooh. Yeah, for everyone that's listening in, make sure you guys don't forget to check out our dog of the day competition.
Even though
tomorrow.
when they get beat by like 50, I'm going to be embarrassed.
I was gonna say,
I like the call. I like the call,
bro. Y'all know how many people won dog of the day? Like actually won their underdog picks last week out of the 45 people we had. Enter?
2?
1.
Yeah, because
person.
you know the thing it is. I was like, I'm not going for like plus 145. Give me like something plus 300 and up.
That's the thing. A lot of people think we're trying to do like whoever can guess the highest. It's whoever correctly guessed the highest.
Right.
So you could bet a 200 if it's the only one that won, then you win. Like if it's the highest available.
It's not a bad strategy.
Only
all four of us are doing LSU.
Only one. Fuck no. Only one person got it right. I don't even remember who he picked, but it was one I was looking.
It was either Texas or Georgia. Was it Texas versus Georgia?
It was Texas.
Better man than me. I can't even bet on my own team, bro. I'm like, nah, man. I'm not doing that. You crazy.
So yeah, let's go on. I don't see a lot I like in this slate. I think SMU as -2 kind of I have it close to -2. It's Florida State kind of worries me. The big game obviously in this window is Arizona at Kansas. How are we feeling about Rock Chalk tomorrow?
So I hate Bill Self. I think he's a great coach, though. All right. So first off, I think he's a great coach. Hate him though. I hate Kansas. This is his worst season, practically. I think if he wins this, right, Kev? If he wins this game, will they be at 20 wins?
Yeah, if he wins, it'll be at 20.
So yeah, Kev is pointing out earlier this week that he's been over 20 wins every year he's coached, except for like the first 2 years.
Yeah,
first 2 years he's coached. He's coached 20 plus years. I actually have Arizona favored in this game by less than a point, but with 3.5, I'm going to. Damn, I feel like I'm stuck. Like,
yeah,
I probably won't bet this game because it's hard for me to trust the Kansas. The Bluebirds.
We're in that time of year. We're in that time of year where it's like super like you have to be really precise with your picks because everything has a different factor in it now.
Yeah.
Right. So, do they get up at home and normally a tough spot to play at, or does Arizona win on a buzzer beater by Caleb Love? That's kind of how I have to look at this game. So what do you think is going to happen? Like I said, I have Arizona favored in this game by less than a point. So 3.5 on the road. I still am not inclined to take this one. I'm going to lean on the Blue Jays on this one. I mean, the Bluebirds.
Whatever the hell they are.
I always got to jack up their name because fuck Kansas.
I have this line like right at 3, but Kansas at home late in the year. I might just do it gut Kansas, or maybe parlay it with something else, just money line.
Yeah,
because Arizona's fucking good.
Yeah, they start slow. If they start slow, Kansas has a really good shot.
I'm putting one TV on tomorrow on Fox, one TV on ESPN, and I'm just running that shit for 12 hours tomorrow. I'm taking both TVs. I don't care.
Give me an IV.
Listen, I got pizza. There's a liquor store right below me.
Perfect.
There's a weed dealer on right on the corner.
You got set. The trifecta, man.
I don't speak Spanish, so they try to overcharge me because I'm
Blanco.
Yeah. Listen, they call me El Gringo.
Yeah, there you go.
We said his name too many times.
He's here. He's here. Ding, ding, ding. Don.
I'm ready for my lecture.
Don, talk to me about Arizona, Kansas. Talk to me.
Oh, baby. This is how I come on?
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah, we're already in the 4:00 slate.
Such a weird game, especially with the fact that Kansas is the favorite. I think I lean Kansas right now. Senior night. Arizona on the road isn't traditionally great. I think that Bill Self and company will be ready to go, so I would probably lean Kansas.
Don't disagree. But I did off a gut feeling, so.
Yeah, I had projected Arizona like less than a point favorites in this. But like you said, man, it's just one of those weird games.
Yeah.
And before you hopped on, I was talking about Bill Self's like records, and this is one of his worst teams. And if he doesn't hit 20 wins, this is like the first time in like 20 plus years he doesn't win 20 games in the season. So
which would be wild to think about.
Yeah. Right.
So before we go into the next hour, is there anything in the 4 o'clock slate you're kind of looking at, Don, or anything in the earlier slate you want to shout out?
Let's see. Let me give a quick little scroll here. I think I was listening a little bit earlier. We were talking about Kentucky and Missouri. Even with Missouri at home, if I can get that number at 5.5, I'm taking Kentucky.
What about at 4.5?
Even with the injuries?
Even with Jackson Robinson out, yeah, because you still got Barea, who's a lockdown shooter. You still have, I believe, is Lamont Butler not back?
I think they have everybody back who was
You still got Owe. Like this is even without Jackson Robinson, which is a big loss. They're still good enough that. I mean, I'm also not super high on Missouri. I haven't been all year. So getting Kentucky, even at 4.5, I still like it.
Might be
I know
going
Steve's
back on my rule.
I know Steve's 100% on LIU minus 6.5 tomorrow, so I don't have to bring that up.
you already know, man.
You missed the shark. Literally, look, this was like the first comment we got was, "Did I miss the shark attack?"
Love that. I'm gonna absolutely hammer Kansas State tomorrow. They should not be 7.5-point dogs against Iowa State.
Right.
And then
Told
I'm gonna sit on my coach from probably from the St. John's game on. I'm gonna drink these bad boys right here. Shout out these guys. They're
Vodka seltzer.
yep.
196.
straight out of
What
Japan.
is-
delicious.
what is that?
Absolutely delicious. They're it's technically it's called Suntory -196. So basically what they do is it's made with real whole fruit. It's frozen and crushed at -196 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
And it is
You got a sponsor?
no. This is just I had these in Texas, and this is how I got really drunk really quick.
Sounds like a win to me. I'm about to find these.
Yeah. Sign me up.
Oh, delicious.
So okay, so let's move on here. 5 o'clock slate. UCF West Virginia. I have it West Virginia -8. Is there anything worth taking in this game?
Stay away from me. I don't really feel good about either of those teams.
Yeah.
The only thing I might look at is the under here. I mean, West Virginia at home this year has went under 146 in every single home game this year. And they've only went since conference play started. They've only went over this line once, and that was BYU at home.
I think UCF struggles to score on the road, so I think I would also lean that under as well.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love the Mountaineers, like you said, they have like a 6-man rotation. I'll just stay away from this game. But West Virginia leaning that way, just at home.
I'm looking at the rest of the games in the 5:30 window. None of them look good. Fresno State, San Jose State, Alabama State at Grambling, Texas Southern at Prairie, A&M versus Bethune-Cookman, and Alabama A&M at Southern. Does y'all have any plays on these?
No.
Not yet. Probably not at all.
Not yet. That's the most Cal answer I've ever heard.
You never know.
No, but I can be convinced.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think
honestly,
the only
depending on
thing
what
I would
that-
consider taking in that window right now, just looking quickly, would be Texas Southern.
What's the spread at?
5.5 against Prairie View, who I don't think is good.
No, not at all. Weren't they the team playing in the game the other day where it was like the second worst team in college basketball versus the worst team in college basketball, and it was the only time they've been favored in like 2 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
So moving on, 6 o'clock, we got some. We'll start with the conference tournament play. Go into the SoCon, East Tennessee State at Wofford. Steve, where are they playing at? See if you're paying attention.
Neutral site.
There we go.
Neutral site, guys.
You sure it's not at East Tennessee State, buddy?
Nah, I'm 100% sure this time.
Okay.
Don's already caught up to speed. Let's go. I got Wofford winning as a dog. Where are you guys sitting on this one?
I have that same thing, but I don't know. I might just keep my money in my pocket for that one.
Whoa! Who are you?
Trying to be smarter.
Discipline.
I like
He's
it.
on the discipline game right now.
Trying
No.
to.
He's
I
been
might-
so passive since you haven't been here. Like he hasn't been on 3 shows and now he's scared to bet.
Huh?
I like to see the line movement and see where money's going.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably lean Watford right now, but I think if you said you have to pick a play right now, I think I would lean over 137.
See, I have it at 135.
I mean, I don't hate that either way. I mean, that's where my money would be right now.
Copy. Kev, what you got?
Yeah, I'm actually on the Buccaneers. They're playing better at the end of the year here than Wofford is. They've each beat each other at their place. Now it's neutral site, so I think the Buccaneers, since they're playing better, they'll get this one done.
Right. Moving on, we got Maine and UMass Lowell. Maine, I have them winning by 6 here. Cal, any look on this game? Are we trusting Maine here, or are we going with the Riverhawks?
I mean, if I had to trust someone, it'd probably be Maine, but I have a vendetta against UMass after, what was it, a couple weeks ago where they completely screwed over a line. So
Keep in mind too, they just played Maine and lost by 1 in a game that they were Maine was favored by what, Steve? What did we take it at? It was like 2.5.
Yeah.
Line's 3. That's a stay away for me. I don't feel confident either way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet this one, but I like them the Cocaine Bears in the spot.
Where's that game being played tomorrow?
In Maine, and Ono.
In the
We should have
pit?
asked Steve that. We could have corrected him there.
I was hoping Steve said neutral site. I was waiting for it. Fuck.
I'm getting set up here, man. Getting set up here.
Listen, that's what I do, baby. I don't like how smooth this is going down right now. This is dangerous.
Yeah, you'll be forgetting if it's neutral site or home or away sooner or later, man.
The good news is the rest of them are downstairs, so I got to get my fat ass up and walk.
We're just
I
gonna
need
see him
something
get
like
up
that.
and then just.
No, all of a sudden you just see my camera do this.
If no one's got any other plays on this one, the only other conference game we got here, Hampton Northeastern. I got it. Pick 'em right now.
Whoa. You just staying 6, or are we moving into 6:30 slowly?
No. We're I have them at 6 right now. Like they're playing at 6.
Yeah, I know, but are we staying within the
We're-
6 range?
So yeah, so
Is it-
we're doing all the conference tournament games first, and then any like big game between like any game between 6 and 7. Don't worry, we'll get to your Duke, North Carolina.
All right, just make sure.
Oh, and you're gonna be real sad.
You're gonna be real sad, buddy, because this is the one that's gonna put us in the tournament.
You know what? Let's go ahead and go to that one because I know you were talking about this one earlier. Duke, UNC. We got 2 UNC guys here. We got a Duke guy here, and we got a Wake Forest fan who's miserable because of both of them. So Don, I'll let you go on your rant. You want the solo cam?
I don't need the solo cam. We're okay. One of Duke's assistant coaches is leaving to go to the University of Miami. So that's a guy that John Schreier can trust that is leaving in the middle of the season. So that already puts me a step above here. The fact that they're a 10.5-point dog at home on senior night is crazy nonetheless. North Carolina, this is the game that they need in order to solidify a spot in the tournament. I think even at a 10.5-point dog, I think North Carolina wins outright tomorrow. They'll be my dog of the day.
Cal?
Yeah, Cal. Yeah, Cal or Kev, man.
I mean, I'll let it speak for itself.
You're such a cocky little shit, Cal.
Because it's
Yeah,
a lose.
I
It's a
mean-
lose for me. Because if I say they're gonna kick their ass, and they don't, what last game was a 7-point game, right? I mean, 3-point game. So no,
No, last time
that was
we
7.
played,
It was 17. It was
they won by
17.
17. Yep.
But he brings a valid point about senior night. It's a big game for North Carolina. I'm not going to bet. I mean, you couldn't force me to bet on North Carolina versus Duke. I mean, I like Duke in the spot, but I can't argue the valid points. If Cooper Flag wants to continue being Cooper Flag, I think it's going to be tough.
Kev, what you got?
I'm banking on the senior night. RJ Davis, last game in the Deanie Smith Center. It's going to finally be the guy that he was supposed to be all year. It's going to go like 6 from 8 from 3, dropping 28, 30 points, and we get the win we need. But I'm not betting this game.
See, I'm such a messed up fan in my head. I'm like, I can convince myself that it would be better for Duke to lose this game for the tournament. But I've been hurt so many times that I think
That's such a Duke fan mentality.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you've been hurt so many times, bro?
I'm an Iowa fan.
You...
I'm an Iowa fan. And I'm talking
okay.
about Iowa football. I'm talking about Minnesota football.
I've been that's your fault for Iowa football, bro. You know you're getting 8 wins and that's it.
It's 20 minutes from my house. I can't help it.
You know what I mean? You guys are good, though. Good story, man. You wave at the kids at the hospital. That's a win right there.
That's what we got. That's what we got.
You know what I mean? I like that. I like that about your team. In this game, I'm backing the Tar Heels. I mean, it's senior night. You gotta respect that. They're not gonna go out like that. So much is on the line in this game. These guys don't want to not set the tone against Duke. Let Duke come in their house and just manhandle them. Cooper Flag's gonna get shut down. He'll have second thoughts about coming back the following season. It's really easy, man. Give me the Tar Heels.
You know, we talked about Cooper Flag on the show earlier today. Did y'all see that tweet where someone said he should go back to college one more year so he doesn't have to go to Washington or Charlotte? And someone said, "Newsflash, buddy, we're gonna suck next year too." If I take anything in this, I'm gonna at least take the first half spread for UNC. It may not carry over full game, but you tend to see a lot of these schools when they're an underdog on senior nights, they come out strong. They come out fast, like with something to prove. It's just more of how's Duke gonna adjust. So if I take anything, I'm gonna take the first half spread and then just enjoy a very chaotic, high energy second half.
I like that play.
5:30 Central tomorrow. Yeah, that.
Oh, and your inferior time zone.
5:30 is a great game time.
So moving on to the gauntlet that is the Sun Belt, because I'm tired of arguing with a guy who's can look to the right and see his neighbors 20 miles down. Our Arkansas State versus Marshall. I got Arkansas State -6 right now as my spread. Where are you guys leaning with this one? I don't even have a line in my books right now for that.
Yeah, I think it's still early, but I think so. In the meetings this year, they lost to Marshall by 5 in the one meeting that they've had. Arkansas State's good. Obviously, they got 4 guys in average double digits. Taryn Todd's a dude for them. But, I mean, I watched Marshall play today. I don't even want to try and pronounce that guy's last name, but he's an
Get
absolute...
Steve to do it. We need content.
Steve, number 25 on Marshall. Look him up. Announce his last name, and I'll be impressed.
Obina. I'm not trying it.
They got
I bet you there's a media guy. I bet you there's a media guy with the full pronunciation.
Yeah, of course. All right, Steve, come on, hit me with it. I definitely should have brought 3 of those up here with me.
Oh, Jesus. Obina and O'Chill killing.
Honestly, it's a lot better than what I would have thought. So, but yeah, I would probably lean Marshall. So I have right now actually on FanDuel Marshall's plus 5.5. Over under 149.5. I think I'd take Marshall.
I mean, how can you not after that guy's name?
Yeah, seriously. Right, Steve? Say it again.
We call him OAK, man. So we go back. You know what I mean? We all grew up together, man. OAK, man. We call him the Big Oak
out here in the cut. What you know about it? What you know about Big Oak?
Yeah, I found 7.5. I mean, that's right? No, that's the wrong. That's the Georgia State game. I'm trying to find this line here. 5.5. They're underdogs. Red Wolves favored on the neutral site. He must be getting he must be getting another beer, or another drink.
No, did you not hear him? He said I should have brought the burritos up here.
This is a tough game, man. I don't have a projection for this, but looking at the lines here, it's one of those weird 5.5 point spreads. So give me Marshall to keep it close. Red Wolves pull it off.
So I want you to know, I literally just sat through a 45-second ad so I could watch a clip from their game today where they pronounce his name. They end the clip as soon as they say like the first 3 letters of his first name.
Because they probably messed it up too, man.
Are y'all ready for that kid? Are y'all ready for that kid that's going to Eastern Michigan next year whose last name is A and then the N-word?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You mean
you don't know about that dude.
Noah?
Yeah,
Big
someone
Noah?
said, I know those announcers are praying that guy's ass. Like, he doesn't play. Any other games in the 6 o'clock window? George Mason and Richmond play. Other than that,
George Mason by a million.
Yeah, I'm back in the Patriots. Give me Tony Skinn and them boys. I know Kev, go ahead and say your thing, man. What's up with George Mason, bro?
Yeah, I can't stand Tony Skinn, so fuck him. But they win by a ton.
The only other game
Fairfax.
Yeah. The only other game this week I was looking at was Butler Creighton. Are we taking Creighton at home here for their final home game of the season?
Yes, I am at least.
Yeah.
What's the line?
That's the line.
10.5.
Yeah, 10.
I don't like that, man.
It's not. They're not at Hinkle. Butler doesn't play well away from Hinkle. Kalkbrenner's going to run through them. Ashworth's going to hit 3 or 4 threes.
I might take. We got a first half line.
I don't think so.
I'm not seeing one yet.
I might like him first half.
Yeah. Moving into the 7:30 window. There's 4 games: Cal Poly at Long Beach, Quinnipiac at Fairfield, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley, and Sacramento State Weber in the Big Sky tournament. Any games sticking out to you guys there?
Not really.
Sacramento State Weber over 132.5. I have it
I
at
got it at
138.
133, so I don't mind it.
I have it in my thing at 138. So
Not a bad play.
I have the Weber state line at 9.
well, it's minus 3.5 in the book. So
Well, maybe I do have something on that. I'll have to look
Steve,
more into that
neutral,
one.
Is it a neutral or a home court?
I said, baby, can you please?
I have no idea.
Oh, I was trying to
This
get you there.
fucking guy.
Oh, it's a neutral site. It said
Yeah.
versus on Kim Palm. It's a neutral site.
The fuck do you know?
I know LIU's gonna cover and win. I know
You
the
know?
sun's gonna come up tomorrow,
Fucking better.
God,
and
yeah.
the Earth is round. That's what I know. There's a few
Not
things.
flat, you sure?
I'm 100%.
Just making sure, buddy.
So, going to the 8 o'clock window here. 2 tournament games and 8:30. We have Furman and Sanford in the SoCon, and we got Hofstra, Monmouth. Any of those games sticking out to you guys?
I mean,
I like Monmouth, but I don't have a line on it. I don't know if you guys do.
No,
See if I can
either.
find,
not
see
yet.
if I can find one. Hold on.
King Rice and them boys. Nah, man.
Let me see if I can find one. Computing. Boop, boop, boop.
And the Furman game's interesting because Furman, they've been playing basically at a neutral site all year because their home court was being renovated. So they've been playing at like some 20,000 arena all year. So they kind of used to that environment.
It's good planning.
What am I looking for? Monmouth?
Yeah, Monmouth Hofstra.
I got the Furman line. Furman's getting 2.5. I'm not seeing one yet. Hold on. Let me check handy dandy. Option number 2 here. What time they play? 7:30.
8:30.
Yes, I am seeing no line right now.
I'm seeing 2.5.
For Monmouth,
Oh, Monmouth. I'm sorry, that jump at the.
You fucking listen?
Sanford game. Nah, man. This
Hey,
guy.
add it to the ticker.
Get out of here. Get out of
Fucking
here.
guy.
First off, Don's on his second drink, bro. He's behind.
bro, I'm gonna catch up. By the time this calls, this third one's gonna be gone too.
So let's go into the rest of the 8 o'clock slate here. Steve, your boys at home against Oklahoma.
First off, fuck Oklahoma, man. Don't even. It's not even a question, bro. Fuck Oklahoma. Texas by 5.5. Easy money. Fuck the Sooners. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow. Wow.
He's an
Get the-
angry drunk tonight.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Man. Nah, man. This one is Oklahoma, man. Fuck that.
I told you the
Man.
story of what happened, and you just been pissed this whole show.
Fuck that.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what the bad thing is? Oklahoma might be a play of the day tomorrow.
By all means, man. If you want to lose money,
It's just a spread. I'm not gonna take them straight up. I think Texas wins, but and that 5.5 looks juicy, especially with Jeremiah Fears on the other side. I'm excited to see Jeremiah Fears versus Trey Johnson. That's gonna be a great matchup.
it is. It is.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch that after having an hour and a half of just swearing at the television because Cooper Flag is so good at basketball. While drinking my 12th to 13th of these bad boys.
13.
It The problem with Texas is Rodney Terry doesn't run an offense. He goes, yeah. I mean, it's Trey Johnson.
AAU ball.
Yeah, Trey Johnson, go out there and do your thing, big dog. That's when they huddle up and call timeouts. He's like, all right, Trey, what do you want to do right now? You know,
New coach.
it's a mess. Porter knows what this game means, so it's going to be a big game. I mean, we beat them at home, so it might be a revenge factor for Oklahoma. So something to keep in mind, but there's no way in fucking hell I'm going to bet on Oklahoma in a Texas-Oklahoma game.
Right.
See, that was the same way I felt about Duke North Carolina.
Yeah, but you got to be eloquent like me, man. You got to come out there and say fuck them.
Ooh, that's not good.
If Cal showed that much emotion on the show, we would get millions of views.
I'm not. I gotta be really worked up.
That's true.
I've been doing shows with him for like 5 months now. I have yet to see him get that pissed.
Yeah,
I'm trying. I've been trying.
Speaking of getting worked out, has anybody checked on our friend Nimsy lately?
I haven't heard from him. No.
Did you guys get the news about Garrett Cole?
No.
No.
He's undergoing diagnostic tests on his throwing elbow.
Ooh.
Oh, so that means they're gonna make a trade.
Time for them to get Shane Bieber, Shohei Ohtani, Pablo Lopez.
They're gonna make a trade with Miami.
All for DJ LeMahieu and
I mean, Yohan Santana might come out of retirement for him. We might get Andy Pettit might come back. Big moves, Mike Mussina.
No, I think the trade rumor I saw was it was Pablo Lopez and Sandy Alcantara, and all they gave back was DJ LeMahieu and Volpe's left nut.
I heard Clint Frazier's reincarnation's coming back too for them.
They're signing their hitting coach Derek Dietrich. So, any other game in that 8:00 slate you guys are looking at?
Oh, come on, Stevie boy. You paying attention to your boy?
Yeah.
The Omaha Mavericks -3.5 tomorrow against South Dakota.
I mean,
and cheese, the over/under is 164.5 right now.
I'm not touching the cheese. Don't worry.
I have to look at that.
Yeah, I don't even see that on my list.
FanDuel right now. So the way I look at it, right? So they've beaten South Dakota already 93-85, and then they lost 91-87. That over is juicy. But I think Omaha is going to win the game outright and cover the 3.5 point spread.
Why not make that dog of the day?
Because they're 3-point favorites.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Misheard that. Should have waited till I saw the line.
All good.
So we got 9 games left in the rest of the slate. The 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 11 p.m. window. Got a couple big games in the Big 12 here. Anything particular you guys are looking at here in the final few games of the slate?
I'm curious about the Holy War with BYU Utah.
BYU is going to wipe the floor with them. It's not a Utah.
Yeah, it's give me the Fighting Mormons. I mean, 10.5 or 11.5. I see 11.5 and 12.5s out there.
Yeah, either I got 12.5. Yeah,
I like it either way. Also,
Kev, what you got?
I'm watching that UC Irvine, that UC Santa Barbara game. I like the line on that too. I think Irvine wins by 10. So I got the Anteaters.
Anybody else like the Baylor Bears tomorrow against Houston at home?
I was going to say opposite.
Yeah, I like Houston.
But I can be lectured out of it.
I don't know if I want to lecture anybody out of it because I'm kind of indifferent on it now.
Well, you could take Baylor as your dog of the day.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
Nah, man, let him
Plus-
take Oklahoma. Let him
They're
take
only-
Oklahoma
no,
Friday
no.
today, dog.
No,
No,
we're
he's
talking
taking
about-
UNC.
Yo, heels up,
taking UNC?
brother. What are we talking about over here? Come
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew, man.
on. Fucking
Versus Scotch.
Jesus Christ.
With a little bit of whiskey in there.
Just a little bit, huh?
A little bit.
San Diego State, Nevada. I'm leaning on the under here. Where are you guys sitting with that one?
I got it at, well, I'm seeing the book at 133.5. I don't think they get above 130. I like that under.
I got it. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it 128.
I like that under.
I like that.
I hate betting unders though.
Correct. Betting
I
unders
like
is not fun.
You got to find the right team to bet an under for.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like St. John's on the road.
Yeah. Anytime I think I'm
Um,
going to bet St. John's, I think of Rick Pitino's quote, and then I just stay away from it.
I love it.
Yeah, if that, I think now that's the whole slate so far. So let's go through our. We haven't done one in what, a couple weeks now, so let's get the parlay of the day going.
Oh, baby.
I'm
Am
gonna
I
send
gonna have
you
to bet
guys.
on North Carolina?
No, I won't do that too. It's fine.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put each person in solo shot just so we can record it for TikTok.
All right.
Go.
Alright, so I'll go first. All right, my play is I'm taking High Point on the spread. It's sitting at what? Sitting at 6.5. I'll take them at 6.5. For tomorrow. Let me take it out. Cal.
All right. Play of
Wait,
the
hang
day.
on.
I will.
You're good.
Play of the
Ooh.
day. All right. Between two. I'll go Auburn. 7.5. I mean, I think they're the best team in basketball right now. And I want to make money.
Keyword right now.
Yeah. Right now. And then when Duke wins tomorrow, it'll be Duke.
Kev, what you got?
I think I like Mount St. Mary's. I think Marist is struggling currently, even though I actually think they may win their tournament. Actually, no, give me Manhattan. Laying 2.5 against Siena at home.
Looking like a fliff slip for me. Joking.
Hey, I have that line at 7, so I think that's a good play.
Yeah, I like it. The Dawn.
Oh, jeez. Panicking.
I know, that's the hardest part.
God. I had a couple, and then people were taking the opposite side, so I can't do that. I feel like Steve. All right, I got you guys. I believe we've already touched base upon it. I think I've already touched base upon it, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. This is gonna be the start of a bid stealer. They've already played this team once, and they wiped the floor with them. I think there's a chance that they run through their conference tournament and they end up in the NCAA tournament like NC State last year. I'm taking the Kansas State Wildcats plus 5.5.
I got it at 6.5. We take that.
Even
Yeah,
better.
I
Give
see
me all the
7.
points. But whatever Kansas State's line is for the future, I'm throwing at least half a unit on it for them to win the Big 12. I just have like that weird feeling right here.
They're hitting their stride right at the right time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right in the liver.
Listen, everyone
Steven.
watching, I need you guys to all do me a favor. I need you to lock in those Long Island fucking Sharks at minus 6.5.
Fucking guy.
Or 6 if you can get it. All right. Ross Strickland and them boys are gonna handle biz. Take St. Francis down. Go the fuck home. Pop it open. Let's go, Sharks.
I've never met someone who likes the LIU Sharks more than Steve.
You know, it's funny. This just only started because I was like, "Yeah, we used to play this school, and I fucking hated them." And he was like, "You know what? They're my favorite team now."
They're my new favorite team.
All right, I'm gonna put this parlay in and see what we
Hey,
get the
bro,
odds
all
at.
we've been doing is making money with Long Island. All right.
That's the funny thing is it's been working.
gonna take a
The other one I
ride
was
up
gonna
to
take
Brooklyn.
instead was I was gonna take Central Cod.
Nah, fuck them.
See, Kev had Manhattan, right? Yep.
Yep.
I didn't ask you guys this. What's y'all's thoughts on St. Bonnie's versus Davidson?
Ooh. I like that. It's gonna be a good one.
And I guess the other one I'm looking at right now is Middle Tennessee -10.
Got nothing on St. Bonnie's. No Tennessee.
I like Davidson at home. So I got it right now on FanDuel at plus 22.45.
Juicy.
Kansas State plus 6.5. Just so you guys know, the only person that picked an underdog here, me. LIU minus 6.5, High Point minus 6.5, Manhattan minus 2.5, and Auburn minus 7.5.
God, I cannot find
Yeah.
these lines.
I don't have any dogs yet. Gonna
No
have
dogs,
to.
Morgan?
Nothing yet for me.
State. You don't like Kansas State, man? That's actually a good dog, man.
You should like Kansas State more than anybody tomorrow. One, you're wearing the purple. Two, they're playing your fucking rival, Iowa State. Come on, man.
It's hard to call it a rivalry in basketball because Iowa sucks.
Call them the two from me.
You gotta believe, buddy. You gotta believe.
Anyone got the full slip on a parlay yet? Got the odds?
I do 22.45.
22.45. I like that.
Would you put that on DraftKings?
FanDuel, my brother.
Mandel.
The way to go. Them dudes trying to get people to sign up for Fanatics
Fanatics.
today to get fucking $80 back.
Hey, Fanatics does the injury first half money back.
Dude, they have such shitty boosts too. They'll just randomly be like, "Hey, here's 15% boost," because our odds are
actually,
so bad.
Can I give my 5-leg regular season winner future didn't hit, but I have a 6-leg conference tournament winner that could make somebody at least close to $5,000 if they put $10 on it.
Go for it.
Well, for starters, High Point. Obviously, they're just the best team in the Big South from top to bottom. There's no team that can compete with them. Next, out of the OVC, Southeast Missouri State. I was all in on them last year. I think they're even better this year. I'll hammer them. Out of the Summit, I already mentioned them, the Omaha Mavericks. They're my ride and die team. The SoCon, I'm taking UNC Greensboro. I like them in their matchups, and I think they're a dangerous team. They could be a dangerous team in the tournament. Big Sky, I'm taking the favorite Northern Colorado. And in the Horizon, I'm taking Robert Morris plus 145. $10 to make $4,939.07.
Love it.
Screenshot that and send that to me.
Yeah,
I think I
was
sent
gonna
it
say,
in the chat.
Okay.
Can you send a screenshot of the parlay? Because I got to do mine on Fliff because we got a couple of New York schools and they don't have a High Point line out right now.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Hold on.
But that will be it for the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think this was the first time we covered every single hour of the slate in less than 2 hours. Make sure you guys stick around for the College Juice Pod. It goes out tomorrow morning where Steve will be absolutely hammered giving his college conspiracy theories.
Yes, sir.
Man, I kind of slowed down drinking just cause, bro. I gotta make
Oh, boo.
He started talking about LIU and his heart rate went up, so he had to chill a bit.
I had to chill out on that one, man. Chomp, chomp.
This fucking guy.
Make sure you guys tune in on Monday night when me, Kev, Steve, and Don go over the what's going on with MLB. we got a new game for you guys this week. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is, but Steve's gonna love it with his mispronunciation of players. Is all I'm gonna say.
No more
great one.
Garcia.
Cal, I'm
Parra.
missing. Nah, this one's gonna be different. Cal, I'm gonna send it to you later since you're not on the show. You're gonna love this.
Yo, you better not fucking disrespect Nomar Garcia Parra like that ever again.
No ma.
I did it just for you, Don.
Make sure you guys check and tune in next Sunday when we do a Selection Sunday live show going over what the bracket's going to look like and, early takes, early looks at the lines.
Take it now. Check stack. Make Final Four. Let's go. Raiders.
Next to LIU and Wake Forest and UNC and then Duke gets eliminated in the Elite.
Duke.
See what you did there.
We only acknowledge one Blue
He gets
Devil.
creative
That's
when he's
the
drunk.
Central Connecticut Blue Devils, man.
Correct.
So thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you guys check us out next week. Make sure you guys put your entry in on the Moneyline Go Dog of the Day tomorrow, and you could be the one winning the cash prize. Last week winner was Zen Jesus. He was the only one to correctly pick a dog last week. We were 1 for 27, I think.
I love that.
Zen Jesus.
Zen Jesus, my man. Listen, he's like our number one supporter. He's liking everyone's post, retweeting everything we post out on Moneyline.
He's a Zen Jesus. What else do you expect?
It's
Big
Zen Jesus.
out.
He died
shout
for
out
our
to the
Zens.
I respect.
Thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you guys give everyone a follow on Moneyline Go. You can find Cal at Betting Cheese. You could find Steve at Fast Breaks. You can find Don at Don Corleone Jones. Kev, do you have a Moneyline page?
Yeah, I haven't posted much there yet, but it should just be Heels 0809.
Heels 0809. And you can always follow me at Gotham Gambling. All my plays are going to be posted on Moneyline Go for free for the month of March and April. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Once again, for Frequency's Sake Network, peace out.
This has been a For Frequency's Sake Podcast Network production. For more great content, subscribe to For Frequency's Sake on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.